that you are, in fact, the Son of God, regardless of what gender you are or appear to be, regardless of what the body seems to be doing, that you are, in fact, the light of the world. Could you have the humility to accept that? Or could you allow up any resistance, any refusal of what you are here for and doing, your function, salvation of the world? Well, today in lesson 73, I will there be light. I will there be light. And that light is within you, though the ego will do everything it can to darken your mind, obsessing over the guilt and wrongs of these bodies and the world, just blinding you with grievances, resentments, attacks, defenses. And to pretend that I don't have any of those might prevent me from just acknowledging, allowing them up, and releasing them. Releasing them. There's light. There's light there. And if there wasn't this light, I would never see these shadows. And if I just let these shadows come up, uh, shadow work is a popular meme these days. Just acknowledging and allowing up some of this darkness, which can never overtake the light. Just bringing it up to light, looking at it, feeling what's been carried, feeling this energy of obsession with the ego's will and desires and those kinds of things. Just letting that up, and then letting it go. The reason these things stick around so long is we resist them. We make wrong of this darkness and everything, and therefore obsess on it, rather than just acknowledging, oh, seems like I'm hating this person. Seems like I'm making wrong of them. How does it feel when I'm obsessing on making wrong of myself or someone else? How does that feel? Could I feel that? Could I allow it up? And could I let it go? And could I also notice resisting and refusing the light, the will of God, in all of my obsession with darkness? My obsession with darkness. Yeah, my obsession with these other people and what they're doing, myself and what I'm doing. That's resisting the light that's there. Pure love, pure oneness. And that's okay. It's okay. So, if you'd like some more specific help with some of the things that you're experiencing, you can always hop over to the link in the description and come join us for some of our group sessions where people bring up topics and we go specifically into those. We have hundreds of recordings of releases. It's all free for 14 days. So I'd love to help you, more specifically with your specific topic. And that's always available to you. And in these sessions, we are using the Course in Miracles workbook, the lessons for topics for these releasing sessions. So today's is I will there be light. I will there be light. And could you begin to just get into the releasing mode and just start to allow up anything that comes up for you? So I will there be light. Will there be light? So is that true? Do I will there to be light? Is that something that I could allow? Or where am I willing to get caught up in darkness? Where am I choosing to focus on darkness? And could I open up to and just allow up anywhere where I've been willing other than light. These resentments, these grievances, these picking apart bodies and what they're doing, saying. Can you just notice if you've ever been focused on that? That would be any obscuring this light, focusing on the shadows. And without making right or wrong of whatever comes up for you, could you allow it up? Could you feel what it feels like and ignore the thoughts? It's the feeling behind the thoughts that obscure the light. Could you simply acknowledge and allow that feeling, sitting with it, noticing it? And you might just ask yourself, would I rather be willing my focus on the shadows or the light? Could I let this shadow I've been focusing on go? Could I let this feeling go? Would I let it go if I could? When could I let go of focusing on the shadow and obscuring the light? Because there's no shadow that can really oppose this light. In fact, it's only because there's light that I can tell that there's a shadow. I will there be light. Will there be light? Could you allow this idea that I will there be light? And what would distract me from this light? Have me focused on darkness? Oh, perhaps there's something someone has seemed to do to me, something which I am engaged in attack with, or defense, or guilting, making wrong of. Oh, yes, a great many things. And without condemning or judging, moralizing, whatever is coming up for me, could I go behind the thoughts of what are to be made wrong of or attacked in the world and notice the energy, the frequency, the feeling behind such attacks and making wrongs of? How does it feel when I'm attacking and making wrong of the world, the people in it, myself? How does it feel to be focused on darkness? And could I open and just allow any energy that's been stuck, this feeling, it's blocking the light? It runs out if I just let this feeling run. I just let it run out. Perhaps could I even just release my focus, my attachment to this feeling, this darkness, this attacking and making wrong of things? Could I release that? Would I be willing? Am I willing to release these attacks, making wrongs of, and live in light? When could I release darkness? I will there be light. It's just a choice. It's just a choice what we focus on, hang on to. And so when I will there be light, when you will there be light, well, what comes up? Anything obscuring the light. This is what's here to be surrendered. So if you will there be light, what has been getting in the way of experiencing, of knowing, of being in that light? And so you could take anything that comes up for you, anything at all, and notice how it feels when you're thinking about or focused on whatever happened in the past with some person, some situation. Could you open up and acknowledge and allow what it feels like when you're carrying that darkness? Not to judge it or moralize about it. There might be all kinds of thoughts about it. Could you just ignore the thinkingness and feel that feeling, whatever you're feeling, as best you can? Could you let that feeling be here, move, unstick, just by welcoming it? When something is welcome, it can move, it can come and go. And could it be just a feeling? Notice the labels, the thinkingness. Could you let the thoughts go by and just feel whatever you're feeling? Good or a bad feeling, just a feeling. Could it be just some energy? And you never have to. Could you surrender what you've been carrying? Could you give it up? Would you surrender this feeling if you could? When could you surrender the darkness? And will there be light? And I will there be light. Will there be light? So as I will there be light, why would I need to will there be light? Probably because I'm experiencing some darkness. Otherwise, I'd be in the light, right? So noticing what seems dark could be the same thing. Noticing these attacks, these fears, these these judgments and moralizations. There's nothing wrong with any of them. Just doesn't seem very bright, does it? And could you notice behind the thoughts of whatever seemed to happen, whatever was being carried, could you notice how that feels? Just a feeling. Could you allow yourself to really be with the feeling by ignoring all the commentary the mind has about what it is, where it came from, any wanting to change it or modify it or make it different? Could you simply be surrendering to whatever's coming up, surrendering what's coming up, turning it over, allowing it to pass, just by allowing it to be there for now? Could you feel that feeling? Just a feeling. Not words, not sounds, not pictures. Could you ignore the thoughts that pop up and just let this feeling be there, kind of floating with it, aware of it, feeling it? And could you surrender, give up whatever this energy is and all the thoughts that go with it to be enlightened? Would you surrender, dwelling in the dark, carrying this feeling, and be enlightened? It's just a choice. When could you surrender and let there be light? I will there be light. Let me behold the light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will in mine. And why wouldn't I behold the light? Well, I'm refusing it, rejecting it, focusing on darkness. Darkness is not my will. I will there be light. Okay, what darkness have I been focusing on? Could be the same thing, could be something else. And when I'm focused on darkness and shadow, this thing, how does that feel? Could I go behind the thoughts of darkness, shadow, and just notice this energy, notice this feeling? And could I let go of this energy that would have me lost in the dark? Just could I let go of this feeling? Would I let go of this feeling which tempts me to dwell in darkness, that I may be in light? Just a choice. I'm free. Never have to. When could I let go of darkness and be in light? I will there be light. Will there be light? Darkness is not my will. This should be repeated several times an hour. Most importantly, anytime I'm tempted to hold a grievance or resentment, an attack of any kind, I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. This will help you to let your grievances go instead of cherishing them and hiding them in darkness. So if you notice any darkness arising, any temptation to dwell in the shadow, first off, that's okay. It happens. It happens. Could you simply acknowledge what's happening? Nothing to run from or hide from further, creating more darkness. Could you simply allow the feeling up behind this temptation? There's a feeling, thousands of thoughts, one feeling frequency. Could you ignore the thoughts about the temptation? And could you simply let this feeling run itself out, enlighten it? Sit with the feeling for a while, for darkness is not your will. Could you allow the darkness to come up to the light, this feeling, and could you let it go and be in light? Today, I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. I will not fear the darkness. I will not run from the darkness. For the darkness cannot overtake the light. I will there be light, and darkness is not my will. Any darkness that I've been carrying, I can allow up and surrender to God. Release, let it go. Just one shadow that passes at a time, and be more and more enlightened. I will there be light, and light is all there is. If I let any darkness be diffused by it. Thank you so much for releasing with us. And again, please join us for some of the live sessions. We have 2 every day at the link in the description. I would love to get to know you, get to meet you, and go over some of these topics. A lot of these topics, actually apply to all of us. So when you bring up a topic, you may find that, or you may hear somebody else's topic, and it's very similar, and it'll will really help you to have a better understanding of how to use this letting go technique. Um, there's also some great books on the letting go technique. Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender by Dr. David R. Hawkins, and the Sedona Method by Hale Dwoskin. And those can also be a great assist in letting go of temptations, letting go of painful feelings. It could be quite easy. So there's a lot of help out there for you. And, we're going to keep doing this. This is always available for the next 300 days or so. So thank you so much for being here. And I will there be light. Do you will there be light? Darkness is not my will. Is darkness not your will? Could you allow your light in the darkness so that it may just disappear, never there? Have the best day you can.